don't know about you, Marissa, but one of the things that in sales we can't avoid is those virtual no-shows. Oh, they are so disheartening.
And it's frustrating. I remember one particular one this past year where it was a Friday at 11:30. I had confirmed the meeting the day before, which we'll talk about the preventing of virtual no-shows, but I had confirmed the meeting the day before, and it's 11:30. I had gotten on 10 minutes early, had everything showing, background, was prepared, not there. I called after. I waited about 5 minutes to call and called the person, and then all of a sudden goes to their voicemail. Okay, something must have come up just in a meeting, and then followed up with an email, laid low, sent a video a few days later, laid low. To this day, I've never heard back from him.
Really?
Never heard back from him. And this was like the third meeting, so I'm not sure what happened. But it's one of those things where you put time and effort into it. And virtual meetings that are no-show are, even though we're not driving, there's still a lot of time and preparation.
Absolutely.
So we want to prevent them, but we also want to say, okay, what do you do? How much is too much? Am I hounding them? Or at what point do I pull back and say, okay, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen?
Well, and I think we have to remember that our time and the customer's time is valuable both ways. And so the key thing is that we got to realize, yes, I'm not seeing you in your office, but that time of prep, etc., is there.
We're going to talk about both preventing virtual no-shows and then what to do about it if it happens. And let's just picture this in face-to-face, going on site, seeing a customer. You go, you're there, Sam is expecting me, it's at 10 o'clock, now it's 10:05, you're waiting in the lobby,
Right.
You're physically there. It's 10:10, you're physically there in the lobby, it's 10:15, but your physical presence sitting in that lobby, in that reception area, prompts the fact that, hey, Sam, you have somebody waiting in the lobby.
Right.
This is different virtually. And so there's a different level of follow-up that the sales professional needs to do, that we need to do to be able to make sure that virtual meeting happens. So what can we do to avoid a virtual no-show?
Well, first is to update your invite either the morning of the meeting or the night before. This way, it's like a quick reminder just to say, hey, we got a meeting going on. Again, we're not sitting in the lobby, but it's a way to say, this is what we have planned. And if that time doesn't work out, it gives them the opportunity so you can reschedule.
And one thing that I've seen works well personally is to be able to send the actual link
Yes.
when you're doing the confirmation. So when you first send your invite and your agenda items, it may not have the link. You could say, I'll add the link as we get closer. Then it gives you a purpose. And what I'll normally do is if it's the night before or the morning of, I'll say, Sam, looking forward to meeting with you at 10 a.m. I've included our meeting location. See you then. Our agenda items are below. So it gives you a purpose to be able to follow up.
Absolutely. Next is make sure they are not in the waiting room of a virtual meeting. Now, some platforms have waiting rooms, some don't. But if yours does, look at the waiting room area, because we had that happen where actually you and I were chatting up a storm and 5 minutes went by, 7 minutes went by.
We're like, where are they?
Right. And Marissa called and the person said, well, I'm in your waiting room. So make sure you look to make sure they're not sitting there.
Unfortunately, you learn things the hard way.
Yes.
So that was a learning the hard way. Next, let's look at it's the time of the meeting. So you've scheduled Tuesday at 10 a.m. and it's the time of the meeting. They're not there. They're not in the waiting room. You've confirmed it. You're well prepared. Agenda items, all of that. They're not there. Rule of thumb, what we've seen to be successful is about 5 minutes later, call them. It can be easy to just text or email, but you want to be able to get them on the phone and hear that call. The other thing that happens often is the person can forget that it was a virtual meeting. So they were ready for you, but they didn't expect it to be a virtual. And you can decide at the time, hey, let's just roll with it on the phone right now, or jump on the meeting link, just depending on that meeting. But sometimes they forgot it was a virtual meeting.
Right. And so what you want to do is with that call, even if you don't get them live, leave a voicemail to let them know, hey, we're on for a virtual meeting. I'm on the platform. I'll be on here for another 10 minutes. Give them kind of that key so that if they did forget or their meeting ran late, you're giving them an option.
So total wait time. You jump on, always get on the meeting early. You're well prepared. 5 minutes later, I'm calling.
Right.
I've said I'm going to wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes total.
Right.
Your time is valuable too. So this is not wait forever, but 15 minutes total, then you be able to end the meeting. And then from there, what's your follow-up from there, Stacia?
Well, I think one of the things is if after 15 minutes, I'm going to email them and basically going to email them new options. The way that I usually do this email is I'll say, I'm sure something came up. Like to see if we could reschedule. Here are a couple options. Let me know if these will work for you. If not, shoot me some alternatives. And again, I'm doing that right after that 15 minutes.
And so then it becomes this question of, okay, so then is it the next day and the next day? So lay low. Definitely lay low. You've now called, you've emailed, they know you've contacted them. Give it, and would say at least a couple of days, not a full week. A week is too long. But give it a couple of days, lay low. In my example that I shared with you at the beginning, I sent a video. So I had laid low, I waited a few days, I sent a personalized video, which we're going to cover. And so I had the person's name on the video, and I said, I am so sorry we missed each other. Something must have come up. You'll see below, I've included a couple other options. If you're still not getting response after that, always remember, respect goes both ways.
Right. And you need to be respected just as much as you would respect your customer.
And sometimes life happens and
Yes.
something came up, truly unexpected, and you might revisit and reconnect in another 6 months or 3 months. But life happens, so it truly could be something that couldn't be avoided.
Definitely.